If you've been told that your labs are normal, but you still feel awful and you don't know what to do, you're going to want to watch this video. Hello friends, I'm Danielle Métis, scientist, health coach, and mom with Hashimoto's, and this is probably the most common comment or question that I get on social media. First of all, I want to say that you're not imagining it. If you still have symptoms, then you still have hypothyroidism, no matter what your labs say. Most doctors will test TSH or thyroid stimulating hormone, and they'll say that normal is healthy, but those are really two different things. The normal or reference range can vary from lab to lab or doctor to doctor. Maybe your lab report says the reference range is from 0.5 to 4.5 or 5.5. Maybe the doctor says that normal is anything under 10. But again, normal and healthy are not the same thing. Most of us feel best and our body's working best when our TSH is much lower, say between 0.5 and 2, or maybe 0.5 and 1.5. So first of all, again, normal and healthy, not the same thing. Next, most doctors are testing TSH, or thyroid stimulating hormone. That's a hormone made by your brain that's meant to stimulate your thyroid to make more hormone. But the feedback loop between what's going on in your body and what your brain is telling your thyroid to do doesn't always work, especially when you're sick. So that TSH doesn't necessarily reflect full thyroid function in your body. So we need to test more than TSH. Our thyroid actually primarily makes something called T4. And that is really what we need to test. How else would we know whether the thyroid is working if we don't test what the thyroid is supposed to make? So the next thing we need to do is test free T4 to see if the thyroid is actually responding to the brain's signals. But it doesn't stop there, because T4 is a protohormone, or the storage form of the hormone. It's not actually what our body uses. What we need actually in our cells, every single cell of the body, is T3. We need that T4 to be converted elsewhere in the body to T3. So just because the brain is producing TSH and maybe the thyroid is producing T4 doesn't mean the active form of the hormone, T3, is getting into your cells where it needs to work. So we also need to measure that as well. We need to measure TSH, we need to measure free T4, and we need to measure free T3 to see if the brain is communicating with the thyroid is producing, and then the hormone T4 is being converted into the active form T3. We also want to know why your thyroid might not be working, and that's when we test thyroid antibodies. There are two potential antibodies that indicate Hashimoto's. That is TPO, thyroid peroxidase antibody, and TG, thyroid globulin antibody. Anything positive shows you have Hashimoto's. Some doctors say that the amount of antibodies doesn't matter, but it does. It shows how stimulated your immune system is and how much your immune system is attacking your thyroid. So we need to test all these things. You're going to want to screenshot this next one, because I'm going to put up a graphic that shows some of the reference ranges and some of the functional or optimal healthy ranges that you might want to look for. Here you can see some of the standard reference ranges versus the optimal reference range. You can see they're quite different. So if your doctor isn't willing to run these tests or listen to your symptoms, you should find a new doctor, or you can take those tests yourself.